Power Rangers Zeo was released in 1996 and is the sequel to the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and takes place after the spin-off Alien Rangers. The story is, it picks up right where Alien Rangers left off. Tommy and the gang, they have the Zeo crystals, they get new powers, new costumes, and become the Zeo Power Rangers and have to stop the evil King Mondo. So, the start of the OG Saban era reviews. Unfortunately, most of the Power Ranger stuff are leaving Netflix, so I'm trying to go through Zeo, Turbo, In Space, Lost Galaxy, and Lightspeed Rescue before January 31st, and it's a tough challenge because I'm really trying my best to get it done. And yes, I know the Turbo movie, I'll be getting to Turbo next. I know the Turbo movie is the start of the Turbo season. I know I will get to the Turbo movie eventually. I'm just more focused on getting the shows out of the way and done with. So yeah, I will get to the Turbo movie eventually. So, as for Zeo, Zeo is, well, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really like this one. Yeah, I didn't really like it. I think the story, it's just not a very interesting story. The scripts, the plots, it's not very interesting. I'm not gonna lie. I was so close to nearly not enjoying any episode at all. I enjoyed certain bits, but that was it. Like, no real episode I was like, say, oh my god, that was a good episode. Except for one where they're stuck in a mansion house. I thought that was kind of funny. That was quite entertaining. So that was the only good episode in this series. It wasn't amazing, it was just good. The story, it's just bland. It's really boring. It's quite forgettable as well. It's not very interesting. Is it just me? But like, it felt the same as the original. Like, I get it's supposed to be a sequel, but everything about it just felt the same. I get like different command center, different suits, different villain, but I don't know, something about it just felt the exact same as MMPR. I can't put my finger on it, but something about it just feels the exact same. I think the story, it's just not very good. It's just really, it's dull. Yeah, it's quite bland. It's just really, it's not a terrible story. It's just so, it's not interesting. I was just sitting there watching it. I almost got fed up with it, really. I found it got tiring, if I'm being honest. It's a very dull, boring, bland, uninteresting story. It's not horrible, but it's just not very good. The effects in CGI, well, they're pretty dated as it is 1996, but I guess they don't look too bad for the time. And I guess sometimes it can be nice to look at, but obviously, you'll have ones that'll be there, for a laugh at how dated it is. I don't really care for most of the characters, if I'm being honest. I think it is nice to see Tommy take on the colour of red and take on more of this leadership role, but that's about it. That is about it. He's just there. I think it's kind of cool to see him, wear the colour red, like I said, and it is nice to see him, a little more grown up. I do like seeing him in the suit helmetless because he does look more grown up, but yeah, that's kind of it, really. The other characters, well, I guess Adam's cool, but characters such as Rocky and Tanya are just, well, they're kind of forgettable. I think Kat is a really bland character. Her acting in it is terrible. Oh, she is not a good actor, I'm sorry, but maybe she is in other stuff, but in here, I think her acting sucks. Billy in this is okay, but the way his character is wrapped up is just so, what? I guess it's nice to see Jason again, but the Gold Ranger arc sucks. That is really, it's drawn out. Yeah, I think it's drawn out. It did not need to be like 7 episodes. I think it only needed to be 3. It is really, it's just drawn out. It's a drawn out character arc. It just felt pointless to me, to be honest. Bulk and Skull are pretty funny though. I actually did get a laugh out of them a few times. There are times where, yeah, they are a bit childish, and I'll admit that even Detective Stone is quite entertaining as well. I think their banter is just, it's quite entertaining to watch. It's not like, amazing, but they're quite funny at times. The main villains are really uninteresting and bland. King Mondo is a very, very forgettable antagonist. He's just not interesting. He's nothing. He's as bland as paper. He is just as bland as watching paint dry, really. The other characters are alright. The soundtrack is good, the theme song is catchy, but I got a little irritated when you keep hearing Go Zeo every time they formed a Megazord. It's catchy, but it just got a little irritating to me after a while. Now, there are some positives to it. Again, Some character dynamics are pretty good. Again, it is nice to see the friendship with Jason and Tommy grow. The suits are very nice. The Megazords are pretty cool. The action is decent. The cinematography is actually decent. There's an episode where they're doing skiing in the snow, and the cinematography actually does look really good. And that's surprising because it's a very old show. So yeah, there are some positives to it. Again, there is one good episode. That's episode 45. But that's about it. I found this series really forgettable and just bland. Overall, Power Rangers Zeo is, yeah, basically, it's quite forgettable. It's a really uninteresting, dull storyline. The characters are mostly just dull. The effects, well, they're pretty dated. The soundtrack is catchy, but yeah, despite some decent things, it's not a very good show. And I'm going to give Zeo a 6 out of 10. So yeah, see you guys for my review on Turbo, and until then guys, skadoosh everyone and take care.